A very good evening and warm welcome to all our chartered accountants here. I am Priyambada, Secretary of Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance. We are here to address a very important and very emerging topic today, the importance of nutrition in chartered accountants. So, for this session, we have our special nutritionist, which Miss Komal Shah, as well as our moderator, Miss Nidhi. Warm welcome to both of you. I am sure that you'll be keeping up the session and you'll be bringing the session to a greater aspect, greater level. And I'm sure all of my chartered accountants friends, all my colleagues will attain a very good value resource and insight from
And
you for the
warm
nutrition. See, as we all know how important nutrition is, we usually remember only our deadlines, our income tax return filing deadlines, our MOC's deadlines. But yes, we forget our nutrition value, whatever there is with us in terms of food we eat. But yes, considering yourself, we are from Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance, addressing the issues that we have to focus on us or ourselves. Good food means good productivity for us, for our customers, for our clients, in our jobs. So it is very important to focus on our health, to on our hobbies, on ourselves. It's not only the professional education, professional excellence is important. This is important considering the personal excellence side by side. If we are personally excelling in our excelling internally, we'll surely be into a personal excellence. So over to you, Nidhi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all. So, this Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance is a newly formed committee on in the Council year 25-26, constituted with an objective to enhance the well-being of the stakeholders of ICAI and augmenting professional excellence by promoting a healthy work-life balance. This committee is headed by Chairman C.A. J. Chaira and Vice Chairman C.A. Sridhar Mupala, managed by Secretary C.A. Priyambada Chavra. Today's session is all about discovering what we eat can directly influence how we think, concentrate, and perform. I would like to introduce our speaker for today, Komal Shah. She is a certified holistic nutritionist and health coach. She specializes in disease prevention and reversal through a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Her key focus areas include thyroid disorders, PCOD, menstrual health, diabetes, health issues, etc., with a strong emphasis on sustainable root cause healing. She empowers clients to make long lasting lifestyle changes through personalized nutrition guidance and habit building tools. Before I hand over to her, I would like to just brief about a FIT CA moment initiated by this committee. This is a daily virtual wellness session, a visionary initiative by Chairman of the Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance. Under this, the committee organizes daily virtual yoga session from Monday to Saturday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. by renowned yoga instructors. Committee also organizes Zumba session on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. by certified Zumba instructors. I request you all to join the session from your comfort zones. For more details about the session, I request you to kindly visit the committee's page on ici.org. Now I request the speaker to take over and enlighten us.
Thank you so much, Nidhi, for introducing me, and thank you, Priyambada ji. Let me just share my screen. Nidhi, is it visible?
Yes, visible.
Great. Okay, so let's start with today's session, Fuel of Your Focus. I feel it is very important because I have seen most of the chartered accountants who are really successful. They thrive on long hours with mental clarity. They need to have a lot of accuracy under a lot of pressure, sustain energy without any crashes. And they really need to prevent lifestyle diseases also, because I've seen a lot of chartered accountants having diabetes, BP, stress, etc. And they generally have a mindset. I mean, not they, you all generally have a mindset of return on investment. So, what are you investing and how much you are getting in return of it? So, today we will talking about more about how wrong foods drain your productivity and how the right foods will add zeros to your productivity, zeros at the end, not in the beginning. Okay. Um, so that is why today we'll be talking about the secrets, especially for chartered accountants, so that you can fuel your focus and you really focus and have a really high productivity. What is the most valuable asset for all of us? It is our health. Because if we don't have our health right, then we won't be able to actually enjoy any of the assets that we have, be it our home, be it our car, be it all the luxuries that we are having in our life. None of it we can enjoy if our health is not in place. And that is why, if at all you are going through any illness, we need to go towards wellness now. And it is really possible. I truly believe that our health is in our hands. What do you think? Do you believe that? Is your health is in your hands? Nidhi, what do you think?
Yes, I agree. It is in our
Really,
hands.
it is totally in our hands. And this really, I believe more in this after, I'll just share with you my journey with this lifestyle that I'll be sharing with you today. I have a background of chartered accountancy because I've studied chartered accountancy, though not cleared the final second group. I've cleared the final first group. After that, I just followed my heart and I did graphic design and animation for about 10 years. And at that point of time, due to some stresses or something, I got hypothyroidism and I started gaining weight. Um, and when I came to know that I have hypothyroidism, the doctor just convinced me very easily that because your mother has it, because your aunt has it, you have received this as a gift from them in heredity, and you need to just live with hypothyroidism all your life. And he just gave me one pill which I should be having early in the morning when I wake up. So I asked him, is it for a week? He said no. I said, is it for a month? And he said no. And then when he told me that this is for lifetime, I was a bit shocked. But he really convinced me that this medicine is for lifetime and I'm good to go. But even after having that single medicine in the morning, I had a lot of symptoms of hypothyroidism like constipation, gaseousness, acidity, very low energy levels in the morning. I had to drag myself out of the bed. Then hair fall, dry skin, dry eyes. So these were the symptoms I had. And I was trying to follow a very healthy lifestyle, which I felt was healthy at that point of time, and it was going on, but things were not improving. My medicine was going up and up. Then one fine day, I think in 2017, I met Dr. Nandita Shah. She's my mentor. I met her at Ahimsa Festival, and I saw a lot of people were flocking around her for health issues. So I went home and I googled her up, and I saw a few PETA videos, and I was shocked that just because of my taste, I'm having a lot of things, uh, basically dairy. And I was totally shocked. I could not sleep that night. And based on compassion, I dropped dairy completely. The next day, I was totally lost. What do I eat? But I managed somehow. And then I got onto the website of Dr. Nandita Shah and learned many dishes that if I drop dairy, what all can I have? So I did start on this journey, but over a period of time, like next 15 days after I dropped dairy, my gaseousness and acidity completely vanished. And next 6 months, I had already lost 9 kgs of weight. And my TSH levels, which was thyroid count, was really coming better and better and better as days went forward. My hair improved, my skin improved, my energy levels improved majorly. I could do a lot more in that 24 hours, which more than what I could do earlier. I could think much clearer. So I gained a lot from this lifestyle, and that is why after a year I got a lot of interest in nutrition, and that's why I learned nutrition under Dr. Nandita, and also I did a course on holistic nutrition with AFPA, and that's how I came into this uh, lifestyle and now, as Nidhi said, I do take consultations for reversing diseases, chronic diseases, and it works wonders. So that was about me. Moving ahead, let's get on to today's session. So there are a lot of common chronic diseases that are going on in today's generation, right? In today's world. What are these? Thyroid, yes, 1 in 3 women are having thyroid issues nowadays. And off lately, I have seen even men are having thyroid issues, and it is not less. 1 in 10 men are going through thyroid issues. Then early puberty, girls are attaining puberty at an early age between 6 to 8, which is too smaller age to attain puberty. Obesity is on a rise. If you see, when I visit my child's school, I see more than half of her class is obese. But when I think of my classroom at the same when I was young, in my class, my daughter has a class of 15 children. I had a class of 75 children. Of those 75 children, there were only 2 or 3 children who were really obese, not more than that. Even if you compare the wedding albums of yours, your parents, you will realize, oh, off lately, there are a lot of obese people around you. Okay? So it is on a rise. Diabetes is on a rise majorly. I have seen even teens going through pre diabetic issues right now. I do have these patients. Then cancer is on a rise, no doubt. Earlier, I remember when I was young, I knew that cancer I could only see in movies. Now, cancer clinics are there in every street in India. And if you see, heart diseases are on a rise. Heart condition is one of the main reasons of highest amounts of death are through heart diseases. Then blood pressure is on a rise. I have seen even uh, ch- uh, people in their early 20s having BP issues. PCOD, PCOS is a condition which moreover teens are going through right now. All the college going girls are going through this PCOD and PCOS issues, which were never seen earlier. Then autoimmune diseases are on a rise. Gallbladder stones, lung diseases, and kidney diseases. These all diseases are on a rise. If you see, of these chronic diseases, many of them are hormonal diseases like thyroid, early puberty, even obesity, diabetes, PCOD, PCOS, and many of the autoimmune diseases are also hormonal diseases. And when you get these hormonal diseases, your metabolism goes for a toss, which affects your focus also. Don't worry, these are only 2 slides which are not so good that I'm showing you. Then we'll look at the better aspect, what we can do for it. These are some facts, some crowns that India wears, which is India is a diabetes capital of the world. Not really to be proud of, but that is the truth. And it is increasing at a very high rate. Then obesity at an alarming rate. I did share about it. 1 in 3 Indian is suffering from at least one of the chronic diseases that we saw earlier. So, what is happening? Why are people not getting better, and what are the doctors doing? The doctors are managing the diseases, not curing them. They are just managing the symptoms of the disease. The main reason, the cause of the disease is not taken care of. Okay, so all the uh, facts that I wanted to share, I've already shared with you, which are very scary. I agree to it. But after looking at these scary slides, do you really feel a life without medicines is possible? What do you think, Nidhi? Is it possible?
Well, I will like to hear from you. For me, I don't think it's possible.
Um, it is possible, yes, very much possible. And why we will look into that and how we'll look into that also. Okay. So there are these doctors, Dr. Dean Bernard, Dr. Dean Ornish, Dr. McDougall's, and Dr. T. Collins. So these are the doctors who have done immense research and have come up with a lifestyle where you just change your food habits and you can reverse heart issues, diabetes, digestive issues, and even cancer. This China study is the biggest research till date that Dr. T. Collins has conducted, and cancer can even be reversed and prevented. Okay, so these doctors may look very foreign, but here we have Dr. Nandita Shah in India who has done the same research, and she also has her book which is the Reversing Diabetes in 21 Days. And there are thousands of people who have reversed diabetes by just reading this book and following it to the T. So, what do all these books, what do all the lifestyle that these doctors suggest is really there that we'll be looking into further as we move ahead. Now, let me introduce you to this man. He is Mr. Amit. He's a chartered accountant and he is doing very well in his business. He's highly successful. He's making great amounts of money. He has a wonderful clientele, but he has long working hours and he has high stress. Okay. So when he has long working hours and high stress, what do you think he must be eating? How many cups of tea and coffee he must be having? A lot, right? So there's a research which says the professionals who have long working hours along with stress, 68% of those professionals, they report fatigue and brain fog. What is brain fog? That you're not able to think clearly. Okay, that's brain fog. The gut goes for a toss, you know, and this gut is intrinsically connected with our brain. Hmm? So when you're really stressed, the brain sends a signal to the gut. See, you must have observed when you're nervous, you have to talk to a crowd of maybe 200 people live. There are butterflies in the stomach, right? So that is the connection between the brain and the gut. Or when you're feeling unwell, you don't feel like socializing and meeting people, right? So that is a connection between the gut and the brain. Hmm? And this connection is so innate, so intrinsic that the gut is called the second brain. And this connection is both ways. In fact, the transmission from the gut to the brain is 70% more than brain to the gut. Okay. So what you eat really matters. That will help you improve your focus. If you refine your food habits, if you clean your food habits, it will help you refine your focus. Now let us see, what are we actually eating? What are people eating these days? Our brain, uh, it is only 2% of the body weight. Okay, not more than that. But it uses 20% of the energy that the body has. That much energy our brain uses. Hmm? So, what are we eating these days? Sugar. Sugar is there in every single thing that you buy from outside. Because why do they put sugar even in chips and even in a burger? They'll put sugar because it is very addictive. And when you have so much of sugar in those cups of teas and coffees, you'll get a sugar spike and you'll feel good. And then there'll be an energy dip. So that leads to loss of focus. Again, there is milk. If you see the chips, Lace chips, if you read the ingredient list there, it will have milk powder. Why does a chip need milk powder? Because it is addictive. Okay. And we'll talk more about milk, fried foods, then processed foods, refined foods, packaged foods. All these three, processed, refined, and packaged foods, has loads of chemicals in it. and chemicals is not food for our body. Acidic foods, foodless food. Do you think Coke or Pepsi is food in any way? It is a foodless food. And there are non digestible foods also. So, when you have all these things, is this really food? I don't really think it is food. Hmm? Um, all these things can give a spike to your energy levels, but then there'll be a deep downfall also in the energy levels. And what happens when you're putting garbage in your body? What comes out? Garbage. Diseases come out. What you put in comes out, right? So, what is the right food? The right food should be according to our blueprint. Whenever we buy any electronics, we look at the manual, right? How to operate it. We'll follow the rules. But here is the very big machine that God has made. This machine cannot be changed, right? Even if you buy a car, very expensive car, Mercedes, Audi, you can change that car at least if it does not work well, right? But you cannot change this body of yours. So you really need to follow the blueprint and put what is the right fuel for this body. Okay, I'm sure all of you must be having a wonderful car. You have invested a lot of money in that car. If that car is a diesel car, will you put petrol in that car? Do you think, Nidhi, anyone will do that?
No, definitely
No.
not.
No, because it won't work well, right? Similarly, we really need to understand how our body is, and accordingly, we need to put the fuel into our body. Hmm? So, the first thing that is not great for our body, let me just explain this. We have teeth which are much like herbivores. We don't have huge canines where we can pounce on any animal and eat it raw. Also, our jaw moves upwards and sideways both. Whereas carnivores, their jaws move just upwards and downwards, just vertically. There is no sideward movement. Okay. Also, our intestines are very, very long. 20 times are the size of our whole body. But the intestines of the carnivores are very small, 2 or 3 times the size of their body. And that is the reason meat is not the food for our body. Okay, and why? Let us see what is there in the meat which is not right for us. The first thing, it is high in protein. Many of you will say that's a good thing, right? Why should we not have meat? Because it is high in protein. Some people actually have it because it is high in protein. But if you see, protein is a big hype. Maximum number of diseases, not maximum, more than 95% of the diseases that you're getting is due to high protein in your body. And the lifestyle that we are living is not that kind that we are able to digest that kind of protein. And protein we really get from every single thing. Protein deficiency only happens in starvation or in one or two of kidney disease. Otherwise, there is no protein deficiency happening. So, high protein, when we have to digest that high protein, you'll get a lot of acids in the body, right? Moving ahead, it does have high fats and no fiber. Whenever you boil any animal product, meat or fish or any animal product you boil, there will be a layer of fat on the top, but there'll be no fiber. And fiber is one of the most important nutrition for the gut health. Okay. Then it has cholesterol. So cholesterol is there only in animal foods. Any animal or plant also, if anyone has a liver, will have cholesterol. Cholesterol is made in the liver. Our body also needs cholesterol, and that cholesterol what our body needs is made in our liver. We don't, because we are having this cholesterol from outside. That is why there are so much cholesterol deposits in the veins, and that is why heart issues are going up. Okay. The next is acidic. To digest this protein, the body becomes very acidic, and the body has to be alkaline to remain healthy. To get the body back to alkaline state, the body absorbs calcium from the bones. Okay, so that is why acidic is not great. And Also, it causes really high inflammation in the body, which leads to many diseases. It promotes cancer. Why? See, each one of our bodies have cancer cells in it, and these cancer cells they thrive in acidic environment. So when this meat makes the body acidic, there are high chances of having cancer. Then antibiotics and pesticides. The animals which are grown for food are constantly given antibiotics because they are in a very bad state in small spaces. Lots of animals are being stored and they fall sick, and that they cannot afford them being sick, and that is why a lot of antibiotics are given to them, and the food also contains pesticides. And this is the reason a lot of people nowadays are become antibiotic resistant. Okay. And these animals have diseases also. They are given growth hormones that so that they grow faster, sooner, and these companies can make profits, and these growth hormones enter our body, and that is why growth happens, obesity, right? Then they also have high adrenaline levels because they're killed in front of each other. And when you eat these high adrenaline animals, we also get that kind of stress in our body. Okay. And hence, meat is not the right food for our body. Now you will feel, what can we have for protein if we don't have meat? There are many things that you can have from plant foods. Like if we look at this list, almonds has high protein, soybeans, then chickpeas, peas, a lot of beans, quinoa, spinach, even a simple spinach and broccoli has a good amount of protein. So you really don't need to worry about protein because the oldest animal on the planet is plant based, is a herbivore. The strongest animal, which is the orangutan, is herbivore. The largest animal, which is the elephant, is herbivore. The fastest animal, which is the horse, is also herbivore. So they all get their protein from these plants. So why can't we get the protein from these plants and not get it through the animals? Because through the animals, if we are taking, we are getting a lot of other things that we saw, right? So, one thing that is not great for our body is meat. The second thing is, okay, just before we move ahead, to satiate of your buds. If you're used to having meat on a regular basis, I'm not saying just leave it completely, but you can just have substitutes. Like yam can be a good substitute for fish. Just put your masala as per your old recipe, and instead of fish, you can use suran, which is yam. Jackfruit, which is, we call it fanas in Maharashtra. So jackfruit is a great substitute for chicken. Soy chunks and granules can also be used. And you can also try mock meat once in a while, but not on a regular basis because it does have a lot of oil in it and even chemicals. So moving ahead, the second thing which is not great for our body is milk, and we'll look into it why. Okay. When does a mother get milk? When the mother delivers the child, right? Similarly, the cow also gets the milk when the cow delivers the child. So why do the children? So naturally, logically, that milk comes for the child because the child cannot eat any other food at that point of time. But why do they need milk? The human baby needs milk mainly for brain development. Okay, so the human milk has the nutrients which is for brain development, and the calf needs milk for physical growth. Okay, the human baby doubles in size in 180 days, which is 6 months. You must have observed this. The 6 months, the baby doubles in size, and the maximum growth is happening in the head. The head grows bigger. Okay, and the calf doubles the size in 45 days only. So the amount of growth hormones that are there in the natural cow's milk is too high. It's not for the human body. And that is why so many issues are cropping up. Then the contents of breast milk is colostrums, which really help in building the immunity of the child. And what is the content of the cow's milk? We will see now. Okay. So when I say milk, milk means milk and all the milk products. So it includes your chai, coffee, it includes your curd, butter, cheese, paneer, ghee, all of it. Okay. Now, if you just remember what we saw in meat, it just compare whether it is same or not, because I have seen the vegetarians and non-vegetarians, they get the same kind of diseases. Okay. The first, again, it is high protein, then high fat, no fiber, then cholesterol is there in milk. Same, right? Same pointers. Then it is acidic. We have milk for calcium. It is taught in junior KG to children also. But milk, because it is acidic, it actually leaches calcium from the bones, and that is why all the countries which consume maximum amount of milk, they have the maximum amount of patients of osteoporosis also, and that is also the case in India. You must have seen your parents or grandparents having knee pains, and they have had dairy all their lives, still they got this knee pain. Why did they get? They have had calcium all their lives, right? But it actually leaches calcium. Then, the government has approved 1% of pus, blood, and bacteria in the milk. 1%. But do you think in India they must be following that? No. If you get your milk checked, the one you're buying, you will at least find 2 to 4% of pus, blood, and bacteria in that milk, which is really, really gross. Then they do have antibiotics. The cows are given antibiotics on a regular basis so that the others are not infected. And this antibiotics comes to us. I remember when I was feeding my child, I did not take any antibiotics so that it goes to the child, because it goes to the child also. Then it does contain pesticides because the cows are given food which are laden with pesticides, and there are growth hormones also. Apart from natural growth hormones, the cow is injected with growth hormones so that the cow gives milk for one whole year. Okay. So when you see all these pointers, you will actually realize that milk is equal to liquid meat only. Exactly same, right? And that is why vegetarians and non-vegetarians get the same diseases. Now you must be wondering, where will I get my calcium from? There are various ways where you can get your calcium from. Basically, calcium is a mineral. It is found in the soil. So anything that grows on in the soil will have some amount of calcium. But I can say that ragi has 3 times calcium, from 3 times more than the cow's milk. Sesame seeds has 10 times more calcium than the cow's milk. And all of these vegetables and fruits and all the every plant-based food will have some amount of calcium, so you really don't have to bother about calcium. Okay. But now
Uh,
we are
Komal, I had just one query. Milk is fine, but we've, all life we've heard that, curd is good for gut and all. Is
curd
that
is really good. Yes, so I'm coming to that. Okay. But we are all like Nidhi said that curd is really good for our health, and we are actually addicted to a lot of these things like curd and our chai, coffee, all of these. So for all of these, you can make milk, and nowadays it is available in most of the cities. You can make milk with coconut, with all the nuts like almonds, cashews, pistachios, walnuts. You can make the milk, just soak the nuts for overnight and then blend it with water. Your milk is ready. You can make it with seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, melon seeds. You can make with cereals like oats. You can make milk with ragi. You can make milk. So all of these milks can be easily made at home, and they are available outside also very easily. And now, earlier it was very expensive. Now it is becoming much cheaper also. Making at home is very, very simple. At the end, if you need, I'll give you the link from where you will get all the recipes also. Now, when you're making all these milks, you can just ferment this milk and make a curd out of it. I do make peanut curd on a regular basis and almond curd on a regular basis. The starter, you can put some chili tops or you can put some dosa batter in your milk. 1 spoon of dosa batter. It does have the bacteria, right? And it will set well. Okay, so don't bother about your curd, right? Moving ahead, now you might feel if I don't have fish, how will I get my omega 3? But believe me, the fish gets it omega 3 from the algae in the sea. So you can get it from walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. So include these three things on a daily basis in your routine. Like what I do is chia seeds I add to my salads or I add to the coconut water. Flaxseed I make it a powder and add to the roti atta itself. Okay. For 1 kilo of atta, I add about half cup of flaxseed powder and mix it. So everyone gets it. And walnuts, you can just soak walnuts overnight, 3 to 4 walnuts, and have it in the morning. So your omega 3 is taken care of. Okay. So we saw two things which is not good for our body, which is meat and milk. Okay. Moving ahead, last one thing that we'll be avoiding is pesticides. Okay. People who are spraying pesticides, they don't even breathe it. How can we eat it? We are such logical, intelligent human beings, but we just don't understand this one single thing. And you know, these pesticides, they don't just remain on the top of those fruits, vegetables, and groceries. Just like if you apply lotion, it enters inside our body, right? So these pesticides and even fertilizers, basically these chemicals, they enter to the core of the fruits and vegetables. How much ever you wash it, they will not go away. And they are not food for our body, they are chemicals. Okay. So even if you go organic, it's the great ways to go organic. Most of the cities in India have wonderful organic stores now, and the more we ask for it, more the farmers will make. You know, the farmers, when they use pesticides and fertilizers, they grow for them separately. They will not eat what the food that is sprayed with pesticides. They're very smart and they sell that to us. So, as far as possible, uh, opt for organic stuff. It is available on Amazon. The dry groceries is available. In Mumbai, we have farmers markets happening. We have stores where we get organic stuff. In most of the cities, I have seen at least Bangalore, Delhi, Chennai, you get really a good organic stuff. Okay, so try and procure it if possible. Now, now what should we really have? We really should have the food which is in the whole form. The lesser processed it is, the better. Yeah, the real foods doesn't have a label it as it shows here. You won't have to advertise for cucumbers and carrots and all, right? So Dr. Nandita, she once told, whatever is being advertised is not good for our body. So that has really sunk in deep into my head. So I really prefer foods which are really live foods, which you can actually see. Even if you see wheat, only if it is powdered, have it. If it is powdered and then um again it is, all the husk is removed like maida, not a great idea. We'll look more into it. So have the food in the whole form. No processed and packaged foods, because when it is processed and packaged, additives are added, colors are added, preservatives are added. They are all chemicals, synthetic chemicals, which is not food for our body. Okay, we'll look into it one by one. So, one, have loads of fruits and vegetables. Remember, fruits to be had separately on their own. Don't mix fruits with anything. And also remember that even when I say no processing fruits and vegetables, I would say don't peel your fruits and vegetables. Okay, prefer organic, of course, first. If you do not get organic, still do not peel, because you'll need that fiber to cleanse the pesticides that are entering into your body. So just think like a monkey. Whatever a monkey can peel with the bare hands needs to be peeled. For example, a banana can be peeled, right? How does a monkey eat a papaya? It will break it open and eat the inside. So it will not eat the skin of a papaya. But apple, chicos, pears, you'll have with the skin. Okay. And there's the basically one is fiber, and second, the maximum nutrition is just under the skin, right? So we don't want to miss out on that nutrition. When it comes to the vegetables, even root vegetables, just wash them well. Keep a napkin just to clean the vegetables in your kitchen and clean the soil out, and then have them with the skin. Okay, no peeling dudi or cucumber or even carrots and potatoes. Okay, moving ahead, the grains you're having also, if as far as possible, don't buy the polished grains. For example, if you're having rice, white rice is like empty calories. There is no nutrition in it, hardly any nutrition, and you are just spending all the energy in digesting that white rice. So instead of that, you can use brown rice, red rice, or even black rice is available, which is very delicious. Okay. So similarly, you can opt for millets. I would say don't go for wheat in every meal. Just go back to your basics. Our ancestors used to have millets on a regular basis. So rotate between the grains, have millets, wheat, or quinoa, amaranth. So rotate between the grains, and as far as possible, procure them unprocessed. Okay. Now, even dals and legumes, as far as possible, have the dals with the skin. So, if you see moong dal, the green moong dal is much more healthier than the yellow moong dal. Okay, and again, the whole moong is much better than the green moong dal. Okay, so the less processed it is, the better. Moving ahead, oils. Oil is one thing which is highly processed, and we are conditioned to have it on a daily basis in every single meal. But just look at this. How is oil extracted? It is extracted from the seeds, right? What comes out? Fiber comes out. Along with the fiber, 90% of the nutrition also goes away. What remains in the oil is 100% fat and 5 to 10% of nutrition, which is not really good for our body. Okay. And whenever the fat goes into the body without the fiber, it will remain in the body. Just think about it. If you're taking a glass of water and you're adding 1 or 2 spoons of oil in it, Nidhi, what will happen to the oil?
Won't be nice.
What? Come again? I didn't get you.
Yo, sorry, I didn't get you. What did you ask?
I'm just saying, if you take 1 glass of water and you add 1 or 2 spoons of oil to it, what will happen to oil? Will it go down or will it come up? What will
It will
happen?
float probably.
It will float. Yes, so true. So our body is also more than 70% water. When we put the fat into our body without any fiber, it remains in the body. It does not come out. So always remember, whenever we have any fats, we have it with the fiber. So, and also oil does not have any flavor on its own. You can't just have spoonful of oil on its own. It's yuck. It's yuck. There's no taste in it. The taste is in the vegetables. The taste is in the spices, right? So try and make oil free dishes, and to that you can maybe add some grated coconut, some roasted peanut powder, some roasted sesame seeds powder. So all these nuts and seeds powders you can just add to your sabjis and dals. So I make my sabjis and dals oil free on a regular basis and add some grated coconut to it, so that I get some fat, but it is with the fiber. Okay. Now, sugar. Sugar is again something which is highly, highly processed. It does not at all look like that sugar cane, right? So, what happens again? Fiber is going out, and then it is highly processed. Many of you might say that we have jaggery, not sugar. But jaggery and sugar, what is the difference? One process less is the difference, which is bleaching. So even jaggery is highly processed, and if you want to reverse diseases, then I would highly suggest no jaggery also. So instead of that, what can you eat? You can eat dried fruits. So I always have date paste and raisin paste in my fridge. I make it for 8 10 days and keep it in my fridge. I'm a Gujarati, so even my dal and sabji are always sweeter at our home. So I'll just put some date paste in my sabjis and dals. So wherever you want to add the sweetener, you can just add some date paste to it. For example, even my coffee will have some date paste in it, right? Not the sugar or jaggery. Okay. Now avoid the packaged foods as far as possible. And if at all you really need to buy, please make it a habit of reading the labels. Remember that when you read the labels, whatever you feel you don't you cannot pronounce, or or there are numbers on it, that means there are synthetic chemicals in it and it's not a food for your body. So just remember, whenever you buy any packaged foods, that packet should have minimum number of ingredients in it, and nothing that is not pronounceable, nothing that is in numbers. Then please go for it. Okay. So, in short, whatever comes from a plant, eat it. Whatever is made in a plant or manufactured in a plant is not fuel for our body. Okay. We saw what we should not be eating: meat, milk, and pesticides. What we should be eating, we saw it in detail: whole foods. Now, two important points I want to share with you: vitamin D. Vitamin D is a sunshine vitamin. Okay. We get it from sun. When we come in touch with the sunlight, our body makes vitamin D. It's a hormone, okay? And most of the cities are highly polluted nowadays. So that is why we are not getting this vitamin D nowadays. And because of just this deficiency of vitamin D, we are sending a written invitation to loads of diseases, right? uh, if you see on the left side, these are some of the diseases that are mentioned here because of lack of vitamin D only. Diabetes, the reason can be lack of vitamin D. Okay, then high blood pressure, heart issues, even it affects the brain also. Hmm? So just check your vitamin D levels on a regular basis, maybe once in a year. And if you're deficient, get yourself supplemented. Very important. Okay. And the next one is vitamin B12. It is,
Komal, I have a question here.
yes,
Is there any particular, period or time, you can suggest that, okay, go and have sunshine, 8 o'clock
yeah.
or 7 o'clock?
So I would say, don't go in very harsh sunlight. Go in the mornings when the sunlight is very bearable, and wear very light clothes and wear as scanty clothes as possible. White cotton clothes are the best, and half an hour to 1 hour is good enough if you go in the sun.
Mhm.
And remember that you don't wear glares or specs while you're there in the sunlight, because the receptors are just below the eyes. Okay.
Mhm.
And when you're traveling, when you're going to places which are really virgin, like if you're going to hills or some hill stations or to beaches where there's not so much pollution, make the most of it. The body can actually store vitamin D. So get as much vitamin D as possible. Go out in the sun. Okay. Because in cities it's very difficult. Now, coming to vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is a vitamin which we get from the bacteria, right? But we have actually now sanitized our lives mostly. I have seen people even sanitizing fruits and vegetables during COVID. Yeah. So, we are really not getting this vitamin B12 nowadays, because even the water that we are drinking is highly processed. They are adding loads of fluorides and chlorine to it. So, vitamin B12 is we are not getting from that. And even after that, if there is something remaining, the mobile waves. they are also killing the vitamin B12 bacteria. And that is the reason even non-vegetarians are facing vitamin B12 deficiency nowadays. And again, vitamin B12 deficiency, just that if you have no other issues and just vitamin B12 deficiency, you are inviting many diseases. Depression, then low energy. You feel low energy is maybe due to because I'm working a lot. No, it can be just because of vitamin B12 deficiency, right? Even hypothyroidism can be caused due to just B12 deficiency. So get yourself checked once in a year at least and get supplemented rightly. Very, very important. Okay. So I will just summarize what all we just discussed right now. So that will really help you fuel your focus, be really healthy. When you're really healthy, you can do whatever you want to do, right? First point, only plant-based foods. Here I've given you a pyramid of plant-based foods, right? Let me just point that out. Yeah. The first three levels are the foundation levels. Our body is more than 70% water. So stay hydrated. Even half percent of water is reduced, it can affect your brain. It can affect your thinking skills. So hydrate yourself very well and have as much leafy greens, fruits, and vegetables as possible. I'll share the plate also in the end, but majority of your food should be fruits, green vegetables, other vegetables, and water. That should be the foundation of your food. Then the next two levels are uh, they are proteins and carbs mainly. Okay, so you should be having this moderately. What does this include? This includes sprouts, legumes, grains, nuts, seeds, etc. Okay, then the last two levels are the medicinal foods which you should be eating very sparingly, which is herbs, microgreens, juicing grasses. Basically, they are again medicinal herbs, right? So that you should be eating only when needed. Okay. Now, the next point is go organic as far as possible, because one more point I just missed out telling you when I was talking about pesticides. These chemicals, that the synthetic chemicals that enter into a body, they directly attack our endocrinal system, which is, and basically endocrinal system is the hormones in the body. So the hormones go off balance, and that are the most diseases which are common nowadays: diabetes, thyroid, PCOD, PCOS, even prostate issues. These are all hormonal issues. So if you are any of you are facing any hormonal issues, make it a point that you go organic, leave out dairy, okay, and meat. Then the next point is have whole foods, go off packaged and processed foods completely as far as possible. And I can really support you in whichever way I can to help you do this. Then check your vitamin D and vitamin B12 at least once in a year and get yourself supplemented if needed. So if you're following these 5 points, it is really possible to prevent any disease in this world and to reverse any disease also. Okay, along with this, one or two more things you have to do is sleep well, sleep on time. The right time to sleep as per the circadian rhythm is 10 to 4. It's okay if you don't wake up at 4, but 10 to 4 is the time where you should be sleeping, because that is the time a lot of other things are happening in the body. The nutrition is being absorbed, then the toxins are being removed, then the repair is happening. So all these things are happening at that time of the body, at that time of the night. At that time, you just need to be sleeping and prefer to have your dinner at least 2 hours before you sleep. Okay, exercise well, keep your body moving. Okay, Wha- why I'm saying this, because right now, especially the professionals, their lives have become extremely sedentary, right? And the sedentary lifestyle is, as per the research, is very much equivalent to a smoker's life. And that is why we say that sitting is the new smoking. Make it a point that you're moving continuously. I have a friend here in our complex. He plans his calls when he wants to walk. So that evening or morning 2 hours when he's walking, he has his calls continuously. So that, you know, he's finding a way out to finish off his work and to be active also. So find your own ways out and be mobile. I'm not just saying that work out for that 1 hour in a day, that is important. But the other 20 hours, 23 hours, maybe 8 to 8 hours, you'll be sleeping. But the other hours you should be moving, not just sitting in one place. If still you cannot do that, keep an alarm on your phone, and so that you can wake up every hour and move your body. Okay, do some stretches, do some warm up, just go and drink some water, don't keep the bottle near you, find ways out. And the last thing is find ways to de-stress yourself. Okay, I understand that your profession is such that the stress is inevitable, but so, and that is the main reason you need to have a daily routine. Sadhana is the word we call in Hindi, that the daily routine to de-stress yourself, because a lot of issues, lot of diseases come up due to chronic stress that people are going through. The chronic stress leads to chronic inflammation, and because of that the lifestyle diseases come in. So at least what you can do is you can maybe walk, have a short walk in nature, or do some breathing exercises, or just sit and stare at a candle flame, that is tratak that we call in Hindi. That is a kind of meditation, or follow any meditation on YouTube, guided meditation. It will really help you calm you down. Okay, so find your own ways. So along with the food habits, sleep well, exercise, and de-stress yourself on a regular basis. Okay, so let food be your medicine. Get back to health. Our body has amazing wonders. When we give it the right environment, the body will want to recover. Okay. Even if, for example, if you have a fracture, you just need to keep it in a certain position and it will revive itself. If you get a wound, it will revive itself. So body has amazing powers. Give the right fuel to the body, give the right environment, and it will flourish. Okay. So this is how your plate should look like. Half of your plate should be vegetables, okay? And half of those vegetables will be raw, which is salads. The other half, that means 1/4 of your plate will be cooked vegetable, which is sabjis. Try to make oil-free sabjis, but if at all you cannot try to make oil-free, at least reduce the oil that you're adding to your sabjis. Then other 1/4 is healthy carbs. So what is the healthy carbs? It can be either rice or roti. When I say or, it means only one grain in a meal, because the body really cannot digest too many grains at a time. If it has to digest a lot, every grain will have different kinds of enzymes that are needed to digest. So multigrain is a no-no. Okay. So one grain at a time, either it can be roti or rice. Roti also, don't just have wheat roti in every meal, just have variations. You can have jawar, ragi, amaranth, wheat, khapli wheat, just rotate. And even rice also, if you're having brown rice or red rice, and you can even make millet rice also. Okay. Then the last quarter will be plant-based protein, which will be dal or chole or rajma, lobia, chauli, any of those pulses or pulses you can have. Just remember that you're soaking them very well and cooking them very well. Okay. And what I do to add the fiber and the nutrition, I add the vegetables to the roti also. So there is a beetroot pulp or a palak pulp going into my roti, and even there's loads of green leaves going into my dals also, like half of methi judi will go into the dal, or if I'm making rajma, I'll add loads of palak to it. So add more of vegetables to your rotis and dals also. So that way you can increase the amount of nutrition for your body. Okay. Now, all this I told you might feel overwhelming, but let me show you. Indian food is very much plant based, other than the curd. If you remove the curd and ghee, everything can be made plant based. This is a picture of plant based thali from a wonderful restaurant in Mumbai. So, the whole plate is oil free and sugar free and animal foods free also. So it is really possible. Then South Indian meal is also possible if you remove curd rice. Everything can be plant based. Here I've changed the picture of idlis because it was the actual picture had white rice idlis. Then I added the ragi idlis to this. Okay. You can even make Chinese. The authentic Chinese food does not have paneer in it. It has tofu in it, which is very healthy, high protein food. If you see the Eastern Asian countries, they never use dairy. Actually, dairy is for the children by their mothers till the time they can digest their own food. And once we get the teeth, our body is capable of digesting our own food. So we really do not need any other milk in our daily routine. Mexican food can also be made without any dairy or any meats. Very much possible. You can make cheeses also with cashews and almonds and soy. You can make wonderful cheeses. And they are easily available also nowadays in the market. Italian foods, the pastas also can be made beautifully. So everything is actually possible. And now coming to desserts. These photographs are the wonderful Indian desserts which are made without any sugar or butter or ghee in it. Isn't it amazing? So everything can be done. Even ice creams or cakes also can be made. So basically, I'm trying to tell you that whatever you eat can either be a healer or a killer. You need to choose what you really need to do. Every time you eat or drink, you're either feeding a disease or fighting it. So make the right choice, make the right investment, make the investment in such a way that you get the maximum returns, right? ROI is what you think, that's your language, right? So, so we'll be making this choice for our health, not just for our health, for the environment and for the animals also. So it is the health that is the real wealth, not the pieces of gold and silver. So really invest in your health and eat the right food. That's all from my side right now. I'm open to questions.
We have few questions.
Yes.
Is milk, curd for adults increases weight? Can we have only fruits for dinner and skip rice?
Okay, these are two questions, right? Is milk and curd leading to weight gain? That's
Weight
the
gain.
first question. Yeah. Yes, milk and curd will lead to weight gain because they are not they have natural growth hormones in it. Plus, they do have additional growth hormones given to the cows also. So it can lead to weight gain. Yes. So you can just shift to any other milk or curd, like peanut curd is very easy to make, or it's available also now on Amazon and other platforms. And milk you can easily make at home. Just soak some nuts overnight and blend it with water. Your milk is ready. As simple as that. The second question was,
Can we have only fruits for dinner and skip rice?
you can have only fruits if you're not hungry. So, on this lifestyle, we don't suggest you to go hungry. You eat as much as possible, but eat rightly. That's more important. And yes, you can have fruits in the evening, not a problem instead of dinner. Just remember fruits to be had on its own. And if you're having in the day, keep a gap of 2 to 3 hours before you have the fruits. Okay. The best time to have the fruits is in the morning.
Okay.
Hmm?
What are the best foods for maintaining focus, concentration during long study or work sessions? So while we are preparing for exams or working.
Yeah. So first thing, before giving the answer of best foods, I would say remove meat and dairy first. You'll be able to think much better, clearer, and you'll be able to focus and even memorize stuff better. That's what I've observed in few of my cases, patients who are children. Okay. And what you'll need to add is add walnuts to your routine, add coconuts to your routine, and add loads of fruits.
Mhm.
And one more thing I would say, you can have green smoothies. How to make green smoothies is take one bunch of green leaves, any green leaves, like mint or methi or palak, any green leaves, tender green leaves, one handful of green leaves, and two bananas. Blend it with a little water. If you want to make it delicious, add one or two dates and lemon juice and just have it. It is a energizer. Okay. So
Mhm.
that will really give you a lot of energy also and focus also.
What are some practical tips for incorporating healthy eating habits in a busy CA schedule? I mean, it's all similar.
Yeah. So I do have many CA clients, so I can help you with this. The practical tip is, uh, see, you can start your day with a green smoothie, and it is really filling. Okay. And then immediate, and it is so filling that you can just continue with that just one smoothie and have your lunch. So you're raw for the whole morning. If at all you're hungry, you can have some fruits. Okay. So green smoothie and fruits in the morning. Lunch will have, as I shared your plate, salad, sabji, dal, and roti. Okay. So that, and evening again you can have one or two fruits, or if you don't want to have fruits, you can have some makhana, roasted peanuts, or chana, and then you can have dinner. Which again, whatever dinner you have, follow that proportion so that you get all the nutrients. And
Can you?
remember to add raw to your routine. The raw food, the salads will keep you really active. Even after having your lunch, when you're having enough salads, you won't feel sleepy after having your lunch. You will be as active as you were before, and you won't need a tea or coffee.
Can you please share some knowledge on gluten and is it really harmful for body?
Okay, so wonderful question. Thank you for asking this. So gluten is something uh, which it's not like everyone should be avoiding. If you're sensitive to it, you can avoid gluten. So basically what happens, gluten is something very sticky. It is the center part of the wheat which has some protein, which that protein is gluten. One of the protein is gluten. Okay. So when the gluten enters the system, it is quite sticky. It sticks itself to the intestine walls. Okay. And the intestine walls are supposed to be really free of all of these things. When it sticks to it, it tears the walls of the intestines. And that is the reason the absorption of the nutrients does not happen well. And when it tears, uh, there is people say it is leaky gut. The food gets leaked into the system, right? So I would say try to go gluten free for 1 month. And if you see that your body is feeling better, that means you're gluten sensitive. Okay, then you need to reduce gluten content to a great extent. Okay, and if you feel there's no change in your body, then you can continue having gluten. But remember, it's very important to not have gluten in every single meal. See, I told you the body repairs itself. So every time the gluten will stick there, it will tear it, the body will repair it. Hmm? But if you're having it like I'm from a Gujju family, the breakfast is khakra wheat, lunch is rotis wheat, evening snacks is thepla wheat, dinner is paratha wheat. So every time when you're putting the same thing in your body, the how many times the body will recover. So just change your grains. Hmm?
Hmm.
Have other grains also.
How many meals should we have or the frequency of eating during a day?
Okay, ideally it should be just 3 meals in a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But maybe we are conditioned some other way. So right now, I don't ask you to just directly jump to 3 meals in a day, but you can shift to 5 meals in a day. The main meals can be breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the snacks can be really light, which is just fruits. So that is ideal.
Can we have one coffee or a tea in a day made from coconut milk?
Yes, you can have. Again, see, this is a transition. Coffee and tea both are highly acidic. Even in the soil in which it grows, nothing can be grown for the next 30 years. That is why the tea farms and coffee farms, they grow only the same thing. Nothing else can be grown there. So it is highly acidic. So if you're having just one tea or coffee, it's perfectly okay. Have it coconut milk, but coconut milk, if you add to the when the on the flame, it might split. It is possible. So either coconut milk or oat milk or almond milk, any milk you can add. Yes.
Does using jaggery in tea or coffee make it better than white sugar?
Yeah, a
Or can
little
you
better. Little better,
okay?
not
Can you please list sweeteners in order of best to worst to use in tea or coffee?
See, if you want to add sweeteners, add any sweetener that you like, because I would say none of that is right. The best is add date paste to your sweetener, to your chai or coffee. That's the best sweetener because it does not really raise your sugar. It does not give you a sugar hike or spike also, right?
This
Any
date
other
paste
sugar,
is
be it coconut sugar or date sugar or brown sugar, all these sugars are highly processed. Even the sugar-free sugars that are available, right, in the packets, they are all the more dangerous. So please avoid that altogether. Just shift to date paste. It's very easy.
so we just soak dates in water for some time and then make a paste.
Soak dates for at least 1 hour and then blend it, and you can keep it for at least one week to 10 days. The taste
Uh,
will be different, of course, but you'll need to adapt to it.
uh, Kefir yogurt is known to be good for gut health. Is this true if yogurt is not great?
Yogurt is good for gut health. See, let me just tell you this. When we make curd, we put 1 spoon of starter, and the next morning it is all set, right? Similarly, for our gut bacteria also, we need a little of probiotics, right? Not much. So little, if you're having idli dosa, little, that's great. The more of fiber will spread that bacteria beautifully, the gut bacteria beautifully. Okay, so add enough fibers in every meal, and a little curd is all right. But yes, that curd should be plant-based curd if possible. And if you are not able to do, you can always have sauerkraut, kefir, and even rice kanji, ambali, beetroot kanji bhi banate hain. North they make beetroot kanji, south they make rice kanji. So all these things are fermented. Even ambali is made with millets. So they cook millets and they keep for fermenting overnight.
Can
Uh,
vegetables and fruits be blended together?
Vegetables, just a minute, I'm just putting the power on. So vegetables and fruits, see, fruits digest very quickly, right? It takes about half an hour to 1 hour to digest the fruits if the digestion system is clear. So along with the fruits, the leaves can be mixed, tender leaves, but not other vegetables. You cannot mix cucumber and tomatoes or dudi and all that, but you can mix tender leaves along with the fruits. That can be mixed.
Ashcord juice is good for cleansing.
Very good. Have it. If you love it, please do have it on a daily basis.
How to fulfill the protein requirement if I'm going to gym like 70 gram daily protein?
70 grams, when when you're saying 70 grams, how do you calculate the 70 grams? Okay, if you still need that, you can maybe add tofu to your routine. You can add chole, peas. You also get this pea protein. So if you're too much into athletics and bodybuilding, you can have the pea protein also. Smoothies is also amazing for protein and it is very easily absorbed by the body. Mm. And basically, one more thing I like to add. See, protein is a big hype. If you just break down protein, what it is made up of, right? There is nitrogen in it, there's oxygen in it, there's carbon in it. All of those, whatever it is made up of, is available in air also. Okay. So if you work out and deep breathing you're doing, you will build muscles. I know of a person who is a breatharian. Okay. Breatharian means he lives on air and he is a breatharian since more than 24 years. Okay. And you look at his body, his muscles, it is heavenly. So you really don't need to take that kind of protein. But if at all needed,
Oh.
go for these peas and chole and tofu, etc.
Next question is, I have switched to one big bowl of fresh fruits, mixing 2 to 3 types of fruits along with dry fruits as a
Hmm.
daily routine in the morning. Is it okay to have only fruits as breakfast? Next
See, when
question
I
is, can we eat carrot radish without peeling? I mean, we finish this first.
okay, let's finish the fruit aspect first. So, fruits having in the morning, wonderful. Should go ahead with it. Again, when you're saying you're mixing dried fruits with it, many a times people call even almonds and cashews and walnuts as dried fruits. So, just be aware, almonds, cashews, walnuts, they are nuts. Dried fruits is raisins, dates, then apricots, prunes, they are dried fruits. So you can add dried fruits and fruits for sure. Don't add nuts because nuts digest very differently than fruits. Okay, so nuts should be had separately. And when I told you to have green smoothies in the morning, why I told you that is because greens are very nutritious. They are powerhouse of nutrition. They have enough protein, calcium, iron, and all the other vitamins and nutrients are there in the greens. And when we start our day in the morning, we are fasting through the night, right? And we are starting the day in the morning. So it's a great idea to give something most nutritious to our body. And that is why I say give your body those greens in the morning. To make that greens juice very delicious, we add some fruits to it. Okay. Yes. Second question I
Should
didn't
we
get.
soak the nuts and eat, or we can eat it as it is?
Ideally soak the nuts and eat. And generally, I've seen people removing the skin of almonds and eating. So don't remove the skin. We need the fiber. It is not bad for your body.
So
Just
even if we soak, we can eat it as it is.
yes, yes, and not more than 10 nuts in a day because nuts are very acidic. See, nature has given us nuts in hard shells. Okay, if you go and remove those nuts and break it yourself, you will not end up having 2 or 3 nuts in the whole day. Okay. Right now, we are getting ready nuts in packets that too salted and flavored, and that's why we are having so much. So, our body is not designed to digest so many nuts. So, not more than 10 nuts in all in a day. Okay.
Next is, can we eat carrot radish without peeling?
Yes, you can eat, and you should be eating without peeling. Just wash it very well. Uh, Keep a napkin just for cleaning the tubers. Or if you don't want to keep a napkin, just keep a toothbrush, and just lightly brush it, remove all the soil and dirt from it, wash it again, and you can have it without peeling. You will feel more satiated and you will feel very full also, huh? Very delicious. Moreover, we are hungry for nutrition, right? And we don't get enough nutrition, and that is why we feel we are not satiated. But when you eat the right nutrition with the skin when you're eating, you'll really feel satiated. Even beetroot can be had with the skin.
Hmm. For vitamin B12 deficiency to a pure vegetarian, what he can take as supplements?
So there are a few vegetarian supplements for B12. One company I remember is Neurokind. They have a vegetarian supplement. So you can check it out. And prefer methicobol instead of cyanocobol because that will really help you.
Which foods are there for HDL enhancement?
For
DL,
HDL and
HDL
HDL.
enhancement.
I did not get it, sorry. HDL.
I would request Arun Kotari to, rephrase and send this question, please. Next is, should one take collagen supplements after 40?
No need to take any supplements even after 40. Have enough fruits and vegetables. No need of any supplements. I personally believe my skin and hair is much better than my 20s right now on this lifestyle. Seriously. HDL, if we say if it is HDL, I
Which foods are for health enhance? So I'm not sure.
it must be HDL cholesterol, which
Let
is
us
good
see if there
cholesterol.
is.
So if it is HDL cholesterol, many a times it is low. So there is no food for enhancement of HDL cholesterol. You can improve it only by working out. Improve your uh, lifestyle, walk more, and it will take time to increase that. It won't happen overnight. Also, it will take a year or two to gain a few points. Also, okay.
Will having lemon and honey with water in the morning reduce weight?
It does not really reduce weight, but lemon really helps in uh, cleansing the system. And again, honey is an animal food, so I would say please avoid it. You can just have lemon water. If you
Okay.
feel right, go ahead with it. No worries. It will not affect your health badly.
Can we take curd and roti in breakfast?
Okay, so breakfast, I would say keep it something like which is really energizing for your body. So again, green smoothies, fruits is something that I would suggest. But you are maybe conditioned to having some cooked food in the breakfast. So once you've had this smoothies and fruits, after that, if you're hungry after 1 hour or so, you can have something light like poha or upma. Roti is also okay, not a problem. Curd, opt for the plant-based curd.
Okay. I think this is it with the
Over a
questions.
period of time, train your body to just be on fruits and smoothies in the morning so that you can have cooked food just in the lunch. That won't happen immediately, but you can target it over a year gradually.
So I think that's up with the questions.
Okay.
So as we wrap up today's session, we understand that choices which we make at the table, eating table, can directly shape how we think and feel and perform throughout the day. So simple nutrition shifts, Komal, but I think it can drastically impact our performance.
True.
We can anything else, Komal, in relation to being hydrated from your end, apart from water, anything else which you would suggest?
For hydration,
Hmm.
um, see, you can start with drinking a glass of water in the morning and keep just 2 liters of water bottles in front of you, maybe, and just plan to finish it off in the day. One more thing I'll be sharing is I keep one bottle of water and I add some lemon to it and some chia seeds to it and I sip it through the day. And a little salt also. So lemon water helps to curb hunger at times. So that
Okay.
helps to reduce weight if you want to. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's it. One more thing for people who don't remember to have water, because there are nowadays, even if we are thirsty, we think of food, right? We don't end up drinking water. We don't identify the thirst itself. That's what I've seen in younger children, at least. So I just tell them that two things I tell them. One, whenever you go to pee, drink water immediately after that. Second thing is tell them is um, put alarms in your phone every 1 hour.
We have one more question.
Yes.
How can I manage my sugar level fasting? Uh, Fasting is stable between 185 to 190 and
Hmm.
PP near about 225.
Hmm. So
Irrespective
once,
of whether I'm taking medicine or not, but it remains constant at a 4 level.
okay. So once you drop animal foods, you'll see a big change in your sugar levels within next 10-15 days itself. So first thing is drop animal foods completely, then stop the processed foods, oil, sugar, and the packaged foods, and you'll see a huge difference. And when it comes to reversing disease, try this out, but I would suggest that you go for a consultation with someone to reverse the disease, because then you will be handheld through the whole process and through the whole 3 months. And then in that 3 months, you will be able to reverse it completely and even reduce the medicines.
Okay. So on behalf of everyone present here, I like to, extend our heartfelt gratitude and thanks to Komal for today's session and enlightening us, because there are a lot of myths which we had. Like if you would have seen the questions, a lot of things which we did not know. So thank you, Komal, for that. Your insights have not only shown us the science behind how nutrition impacts our energy and concentration also, but it's also given us practical easy tips, so that we can start right away without wasting time in meeting doctors. So I also sincerely thank and appreciate the Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance for curating such relevant and meaningful session with thoughtfulness and precision. Thank you all for being part of the session. I request you all to fill the feedback form, which is available on the webinar, and also do join the Fit CA moment. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nidhi, and thank you to everyone for this opportunity. Nidhi, please share the feedback with me also.
Definitely. Thank you, Komal.
Thank you. Bye. Have a